Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. My name is Febrianti, and today we are diving into an exciting and super important course for first-time traveler. And the topic that we will be discuss about cultural awareness. So, our first discussion is about
cultural custom and etiquette.
every country has a unique culture and way of doing this, and respecting this tradition is essential to having a positive experiences when traveling for the first time. We can take Japan for example. Bowing is the standard way to greet someone. It shows respect. On the other hand, tipping is not uncommon and can even be considered offensive. Why? Because in Japan, good service isn't as a basic expectation, not something that should be rewarded with extra money. Wow, so interesting, right? And the other example is from India. In India, eating etiquette is also specific. The right hand is used for eating as the left hand is traditionally associated with cleanliness. Eating with your left hand can accidentally offend someone. These are some of the unique cultures of Japan and India. So, what are tips and tricks so you can find out about the
Cultural custom and etiquette.
of the country you are going to visit? Here's the tips and trick for you. The first tips and trick is research before going. Take a little time to watch videos like do's and don'ts in Japan or another country that you will visit before your trip. And the second tips and trick is observe locals. Use apps like Meetup to meet locals who can give you tips and share insight about their culture, so that make you easier to understand about their culture. And the last tips and trick is dress appropriately. Research the local dress code and custom to ensure your clothing is respectful of the culture, especially when visiting religious or formal settings. And that's all about
Cultural custom and etiquette.
so let's move to another topic. And the next, we will discuss about how to avoid common travel accidents. Travel doesn't always go smoothly, but with a little preparation, you can avoid most problems. One common problem is about language barrier. It's difficult if you can't explain what you need or ask for direction, but learn some key phrases like hello, thank you, or maybe where, like that, can make all the differences. And the solution apps like Duolingo are great for learning about the language. And then another problem is getting lost. This is very scary. Imagine getting lost in a place that you haven't been to before. This will be a serious problem, especially if you only rely on Wi-Fi and your cellular phone for maps. So the solution is always download offline maps using Google Maps before you go in case something like this happens. So that's all about how to avoid a common travel accident. And next, I want to give a tips and trick before you going to another country, so you not found about travel accident. Here the tips and tricks. The first tips and trick is prepare key phrases. You can prepare about simple greetings and questions in the local language that will be very useful and help you to interact and ask for help when experiencing difficulties. The second tips and trick is keep an open mind. If you make a mistake, stay calm and curious. People usually appreciate for your efforts. And the last tip and trick is know the emergency number. You can research before about the local emergency contact number, such as like the police, the medical service, and etc. for the country you're visiting, and keep them handy at all times. So that's all tips and tricks to avoid you from travel accident. And let's move on to the last topic. Okay, and then the last topic about cultural awareness is nonverbal communication. Gesture and body language are as important as spoken words, but they don't always mean the same things everywhere. For example, thumbs up in the US or many Western countries means good job or everything is fine. However, in some regions in the Middle East, this is actually an offensive action, so you have to be careful. Okay, and then another example is come from Bulgarian. In Bulgarian, where nodding means no, and shaking your hands means yes. Imagine trying to confirm your order at the restaurant only to find out that you've just rejected it without realizing it. So you have to really be careful with verbal communication in other countries. So, what are the tips and tricks for understanding non-verbal communication in the country you are visiting? Here's the tips and tricks. The first tips and trick is observe before you act. Take a moment to observe how locals interact with each other. This will give you an idea for appropriate gesture and then personal space and other non-verbal cues. And then the second tips and trick is ask it in doubt. If you are unsure about a sign or custom, politely ask a local person or guide for clarification. People usually appreciate your curiosity and effort to respect their culture. And the last tips and trick for this topic is mirror subtle behavior. If you are interacting with someone, imitate their gesture and body language. This can be a tip in itself, so you're not confused about verbal communication in the country that you will visiting. So, that's all about cultural awareness. And then traveling isn't just about taking places off your bucket list. It's about immersing yourself in new cultures, connecting with other peoples, and growing as a person. And then by respecting custom, understand body language, and preparing for common mishaps, you will have more meaningful experiences and fewer awkward ones. So as you plan your next trip, do a little research and pack your sense of adventure, and remember, even mistakes can turn into great stories. So that's all for me. Thank you for nice attention, happy travels, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.